Well, it's Thanksgiving week, but that only means that some high school football teams are still practicing on Thanksgiving Day because we've got playoffs, semifinals week here for big school high school football, 2A and 3A competing for championships this week. Welcome on into Bleacher Talk. I'm Jordan Spurgeon alongside Claudia Collins, and we were just talking about it. It is sort of the craziest 2 weeks of the year. Of course, you get the holidays and you get to eat lots of food and maybe skip the grocery store if you got other places to go, like myself, to get all this food. But all of that's just fuel for the fire for Friday and Saturday because we got some big games to get to.
We sure do. And I'm actually kind of jealous of the guys who do have practice on Thursday because they're making some extra room in their bellies for extra mashed potatoes and turkey and gravy. And maybe someone's got to invite me out to practice. Actually, don't do that. That sounds like an awful idea. I lied. Hey, let's get right into quick picks because we have officially the most interesting quick picks. Spurge climbed his way to the top. He is now 28 and 12. I'm a game back, 27 and 13, and Coop one game behind me at 26 and 14. But let's just kick it right off with Snowflake against Arizona College Prep Spurge.
Oh, the 4A playoffs. I mean, this is going to be a really interesting game. You know, Snowflake, we've talked about them in previous weeks, and it's very difficult to pick against them. We almost never do. But ACP, when you look through the schedule, okay, out of state loss, whoop-de-doo. They beat everybody else in the state. Their closest game was only a two-score win against Yuma Catholic, who is the one seed in the 4A playoffs. That tells you everything you need to know about this team. Stephen Vaught has done a phenomenal job. ACP just feels like the team that's destined for a gold ball this year. So give me the Knights 29-17.
AZ College Prep, has played a more difficult schedule, taking AZ College Prep to 21-14.
Not a knock on Arizona College Prep because I super respect that pick, but I'm going to take the Lobos in this one and I will take them 25 to 21. I'm going to at least make it close to really hammer that idea home. All right, the next one, Desert Edge against Verado. Coop.
Jeremy Hathcock coming back down from the White Mountains to take over this Verado program. I mean, look, he's in the running for Coach of the Year. Make no mistake about it. So give me Verado. I'll take that same score. 17-10 is the regular season finale.
I mean, Verado just kind of looks like the better team on paper, right? They have an incredibly high scoring offense. If you look at their wins, they're putting up 42, 49, 62 points most weeks, and their defense is holding opponents to like two scores.
So this was the game heading in that I had not made up my mind on. You guys have said it all with Verado. Jeremy Hathcock absolutely should be coach of the year, at least in the conversation with all the coaches that have done a phenomenal job this year. There's just something about Desert Edge that's hard to pick against. You know, you look at four losses, one being against Verado at the end of the year, but before that, it was all before their transfers were able to come play, including sophomore quarterback Blake Roscoff, who has really just elevated this team offensively. They've put up some big numbers in the back half of the season. And shout out to Elijah Sherman Fox, who was the quarterback. He has a ton of receiving yards. He has rushing yards. He has second in the team in sacks, moving over to D end after Blake was able to take over after 5 games. So there is just something about them that makes me think it's going to be tough to beat them twice. So as I'm talking and saying this out loud, I'm going to roll with the Scorpions in a close game. I'm also going to say it's going to be 17-10 though, but this time favoring the Scorpions.
All right, Centennial against Queen Creek for the 6A. Let's go, Coop.
Looking at Centennial's 7 losses, every one of the losses is to a playoff team, either a 6A playoff team or an open division playoff team. So there's no question that they played a gauntlet of the schedule. I mean, arguably, probably the toughest schedule in the state. 14-7 Centennial.
I'm going to keep it pretty simple here. I think Queen Creek is going to win the 6A. So I am obviously going to take Queen Creek for that reason. Not a knock on anything you said. I'll take them 30-24. Spurge, did you change your mind?
This game is so difficult because, yeah, Centennial, like you said, Coop, is clicking at the right time. A lot of young players have grown up really, really quickly in this program. Sophomores, freshmen, transfers, check, check, check. Richard Taylor has done a phenomenal job playing the most difficult schedule in the state. I've been going back and forth on this one. You guys put me in a tough spot. I'm either going to just like absolutely win it this week or I'm going to be back in the cellar this week. So, oh, this is so hard. But I'm gonna go ahead and say that I'm gonna stick with my gut, Centennial. I'm gonna ride with the Coyotes in this one. I'm gonna stick with my word. I'm probably better off changing my mind, but I'm gonna stick with the Coyotes in this one. I'm gonna say they're gonna win 17-14.
I think Spurge was going to change his mind until I called him out on it. I don't know. All right. Hey, let's move on to the Open. Last matchup of the week. We're going to talk about ALA Queen Creek against Basha. Spurge, after that ramble, I'm going to let you start right back up again.
Well, I've got this one a lot shorter. If you read Eric Sorensen's own read last week, I gave a lot of praise to ALA Queen Creek and said they might be ready to make the jump as not just a top 3 team, but the best team in the state. But Basha, they're just on another level. They've been clicking all year. I feel like we haven't talked about them often. Give me Basha and this high-powered offense with phenomenal defense, 37-20.
Bash is going to roll out that thunder and lightning running combo of Noah Roberts and Joshua Gaines. I mean, that's thunder and lightning. For me, Basha 34, ALA Queen Creek 17.
This is the furthest ALA Queen Creek has made it in the last few years, and they are so stinking hungry for this. And sometimes that's just what you need, right? Why not this week against Basha? So I am gonna take ALA Queen Creek 20-17, and I'm very nervous about it. But that does it for our semifinals picks. Absolutely crazy. Next time we will be picking for championships. And right now it's anybody's ball game. So this is going to get really, really fun.
Please hold while we connect you.
Hey, what's going on?
I can't get anyone on the phone at my bank, and they don't have any branches nearby.
I think your bank has you between a rock and a hard place.
Oh, Granite! Does your bank do this to you?
No. Desert Financial's top-rated mobile app makes you feel like a rock star. They have over 50 locations and treat you like a VIP when you go.
That sounds a lot better than this tight squeeze.
Join today at desertfinancial.com/yourway.
Hi, I'm Jody Jackson. I spend a lot of time on the baseball diamonds, but my favorite diamonds are right here at E.D. Marshall Jewelers. They have the largest selection of beautiful diamonds in every size, shape, color, and price. Hit a home run this season with the perfect engagement ring. Come on, fellas, get off the bench and visit E.D. Marshall Jewelers at Scottsdale Road and Shea Boulevard. Since 1971, E.D. Marshall Jewelers. Best quality, best selection, and best price.
This is a Santan Ford announcement. Santan Ford has over 1,600 new cars and trucks in stock. All models are priced for immediate sale to make room for more arrivals. Don't wait. Head to Tim Hovey's Santan Ford in Gilbert. We are Santan Ford.
Visit us at Harrah's Auction Casino in the city of Maricopa, where you'll find play for all and friendly people ready to welcome you like family.
Welcome back, you two.
As the official sponsor of Play and the only casino in Arizona with Caesars Rewards, see what a difference it makes to play where your fun is our top priority. Harrah's Auction Casino. Play for all.
Nothing brings people and families together faster than sharing food. Great friends, memories, and good times. For over 2 generations, Valle Luna has served you the food that brought you together, and we've been proud to do so. We're fortunate to have been a part of so many stories, gatherings, and traditions that continue on today and will tomorrow. Start a tradition of your own. Come taste authentic Sonoran-style food with your family and friends here with us at Valle Luna.
Ortho Arizona and my journey. My knees were shot, so I had double knee replacement, and I wanted the best in rehab. Ortho Arizona encouraged and pushed me in the process. Go to orthoarizona.org. That's orthoarizona.org.
What would you need to experience life in full motion? Expertise to provide the best care, unsurpassed training and technique. It requires the best orthopedic surgeons. Ortho Arizona.
Welcome back into Bleacher Talk. Jordan Spurgeon alongside Claudia Collins. And, last segment, of course, we picked games from the semifinals in boys tackle football, but it's only right. Girls flag football, the championships just happened. We have the three coaches of the three championship teams. First time in 4A, St. Mary's, Coach Chris Horn. In 5A, you've got Corey Beal and his Canyon View Jaguars making a championship run this year. And in 6A, defending the title, Hamilton and Matt Stone this year. So, guys, first off, congratulations to all of you on winning the flag football championships this year. We'll go ahead and start with you, Corey. And this is a question for everybody. This year, second year with the AIA, what was it like for you? Obviously you win, so that's a big help, but what was it like just seeing how this all played out? We'll stick with just your programs for now.
Last year, we had the opportunity to also play in the state championship against a very, very strong, very tough Campo Verde team, lost by 1 point. And so, a lot of people have been painting this season for us as a redemption tour, as a revenge tour, whatever you want to call it. That was never the case for us. It's a little sports cliche, but we kind of monikered it as unfinished business, but it wasn't from a redemption perspective. It was just more for us. We knew we left something on the table.
Yeah, so we were in a situation where no previous experience, no club experience. So we were very organic from an interest level. We had one of our seniors, Ava Sierras, had gone to with the friend group that ended up being the core of our team, had gone to the athletic director and asked if we could put together a team, just to show you how much they love and enjoy the sport. Is they literally just left my house 5 minutes before we started this call, and they're on their way to a park to play a bunch of the boys from St. Mary's in a flag football game. So that's how much they love it. But just amazing people, and really neat to be around them.
So for us, this year was about seeing if the changes that we made were going to work. And to kind of wrap up, I think where we started to see things turn for the better was back in June. We participated in the tournament in the University of Arizona with about 20 other schools. And we were fortunate enough to emerge victorious in that tournament. But we saw a lot of the improvements that we have been trying to implement, and we saw the areas that we still had to address. But now we had a very, very clear path to how to get to where our goal was as a team. It was never about wins and losses. It was really about the areas that we had to improve on as a team. And it was still something that we were addressing literally going into the night before the championship game. We were still trying to improve in those areas. So,
I think we're very close, maybe a few seasons, a few years away from girls flag football really, really picking up steam. We're starting to see it now, but we're still waiting a little bit, right, on getting girls involved and letting them know this is a real opportunity. There's starting to be college opportunities out of this. Coming from championship coaches, what are the qualities that you see in these girls, whether they've ever played any form of football before, or if they're coming from another sport, or they really haven't ventured into athletics? What are the qualities that you have seen really make girls successful in this sport?
I think there's a hunger. I think at least I can speak to, and Matt can agree with this. I think we heard in a committee last year how desperate girls wanted to be seen and given a platform along with the boys. And so tackle football has been its own entity, right? There's been no real push towards against tackle football. And I think the girls really wanted to show that they can hang, that they can. I love that Coach Horn's girls are going. Those boys from St. Mary's are in for an eye-opening experience. I believe that. And our guys want to do the same thing. And I tell our guys, you can't hang with us. If we play flag football rules, you can't hang with us. I'm telling you, this is not a pride thing. You cannot hang with our girls if you're playing our game.
That love for the sport, the inspiration, and they just can't get enough. And they're going right into it. They're setting up a little tournament as we move into Thanksgiving. They're going to have a little turkey tournament going on within the school, and it is so fantastic. And they're just finding their way to the park and playing ball for the love of the sport, for love of the game. And now that takes on a whole new meaning for them as state champs.
So to pick up on something that both these gentlemen said. So going back to right before the season started, I saw something on Twitter that I think to this day is maybe the best flag football picture I've ever seen. I think I texted Corey when I saw it. It was a picture of his quarterback, Caitlin Jewell, when she was maybe 7 years old. I don't know. And it was of her on Christmas wearing an Arizona Cardinals uniform and helmet. And I said, my gosh, if the Arizona Cardinals are not using this on the front page of the website, they are missing the greatest opportunity to promote themselves, what football means to young ladies, and the sport of flag football. It was a prophecy. It was this young girl projecting a future that didn't exist 10 years ago, and a future that today she fulfills, not only as one of our state and nation's best quarterbacks, but as a champion. And that picture, maybe every girl doesn't have that picture, but most of those girls had that same dream. And that's when you really see the connection between the community and the sport, and what makes Arizona really stand apart from the rest of the country.
Coaches, thank you so much for not only sharing more about your team, but insight on your view of the sport, because I mean, we are hearing from the champions themselves. So we absolutely appreciate everything that you've had to share with us. And of course, congratulations on such an incredible achievement. And thank you for joining us on Bleacher Talk. When we come back, we'll have Social Spotlight with Eliab. Goodbye.
Hey, what you working on?
I'm trying to find a bank I can feel good about.
Kinda looks like you're doing rocket surgery.
Yeah, they have all kinds of requirements and don't give anything back to their customers. It's really hard. Oh!
You know, when you join Desert Financial, you get a rewards program that offers a cashback bonus, and there's no hidden fees with your free checking. It's really easy.
Nice. I think I'm gonna need that bonus.
Join today at desertfinancial.com/betterbanking.
Kick off the model year-end savings at Bird's Volkswagen. Final 24 Tiguan's are on sale. 0% for 60 months and $2,000 bonus cash. Or final Jettas, only $22,935. Kick off your model year at Bird's Volkswagen, Baseline and Country Club.
We've got some fresh new young talent doing some things that I know you haven't heard before.
1, 2, 3, listen.
Now bust a move, bust a move, bust a move.
Hi, I'm Jody Jackson. I spent a lot of time on the baseball diamonds, but my favorite diamonds are right here at E.D. Marshall Jewelers. They have the largest selection of beautiful diamonds in every size, shape, color, and price. Hit a home run this season with the perfect engagement ring. Come on, fellas, get off the bench and visit E.D. Marshall Jewelers at Scottsdale Road and Shea Boulevard. Since 1971, E.D. Marshall Jewelers, best quality, best selection, and best price.
Kick off the model year-end savings at Burge Mazda with $2,500 in customer bonus cash or 0.9% financing up to 60 months on Mazda CX-50s or 0% financing on CX-5s. Drive all the new Mazdas today at Burge Mazda, Baseline and Country Club.
And welcome back to Bleacher Talk. Jordan Spurgeon alongside Claudia Collins, and we'll get right into it. It's time for social spotlight. So Eliav Gabay, welcome on in. Of course, been scouring X for everything happening in the high school football scene. It's Thanksgiving week. It's semifinals week. What'd you find, Eliav?
That's right. Happy holidays. Happy playoffs. We have made it. First one from our girl, Ariana Graney. Merritt came to me with an idea during his senior photos, and this is cool. Haven't seen this for high school yet. Signing the camera as he commits to Air Force. Merritt Kubaki, the tight end for Castile. And I saw their game against Highland. Even though he had some clutch plays, he mostly did the work in blocking. And that's what was impressive to me, in leadership, in different ways than just catching the football. And that's what a great player does. Spurge, what have you seen from him and Castile all year?
Well, that was important to note, Eliav, because when you look at best tight ends, and I'll leave it there, there's more to it than just receptions, receiving yards, and touchdowns. There's a lot more to it at that position specifically and how you impact the game in other ways. So he's a phenomenal player. He's got the size and the skill set and the mentality to play wherever he wants to play in the future, wherever the coaches come calling. And so he definitely left his mark on that program. And speaking of that program too, while we're here, Bobby Newcomb, we got to know him very well over the last few years, announced his resignation from Castile earlier this week as well. So a lot's going to change at Castile, but he did a phenomenal job there. When he got there, they were a 3A program. They win a championship. Here they are 7 years later in the 6A Premier Region. How does a 3A school go to the 6A Premier Region that fast? It's hard to do, and hard to not only do that, but then be in the playoffs every year. You might not be the best team in the region every year, but to be a playoff team every year with that, it speaks on to who he is. And like he mentioned in his tweet, it's less about the wins and more about what he did for the kids. A lot of guys got school paid for. 97% of his athletes graduated. 3.3 team GPA over the years. I mean, he did it all. He's a leader of men, not just football players. So shout out to Bobby. Wherever he lands next, I'm sure he'll be on his feet, whether it's coaching or some other avenue.
Absolutely. I want to echo everything that Spurge said. And I think we see the lasting impact that he's had on the kids that he's coached in the past. And not only that, what a great dad he is. If you look at his kids and the success that they've had, I think that's a true testament to him. And also, I'm backtracking, but shout out to Ariana, because she is one heck of a photographer, and what a cool idea. I mean, having an idea come to you, we know this being in media and editing and video and all of these things, having an idea and being able to execute it that well and probably that quickly. She's a pro. She's a pro. So I also wanted to go back and shout her out as well, since we're just on full-blown Castile topic right now.
Oh, I love that. I love that. Ariana, let's show her some love. No doubt. A pro's pro for sure. If you need some photos, go to Ariana Graney. Now, on the same token, Spurge, you mentioned GPA. We'll get to how important having a good GPA is a little bit later. Claudia, I'm sticking with you because we're talking about your Perry Pumas, Joseph Ortiz's guys. The season ended, but he had a great post. Thank you, seniors, for doing things that have never been done, beating Chandler twice for the first time in school history, beating at the time the #1 team in San Diego. Obviously, he's proud of his guys. Claudia, what can you say about the work and the job Joseph Ortiz has done this year?
I think it's the mark of a new era, right? Like maybe the record doesn't like have this shiny appeal to it, but these little successes, I really think are the type of things that are going to put a stamp back on Perry. And, I'm going to be watching. They've got a young quarterback up and coming. That's going to be really cool to see over the years and see how things develop around him. Coach Ortiz has done an awesome job and is seemingly a great coach. So that's why the Pumas have been fun for me to watch. And yeah, these are big successes. Like even in the grand scheme of things, if they don't seem like it, it really is awesome to see.
Big success comes from hard work on the field and in the classroom. That's right. I'm back to talk about all academic. You got to apply. You got to nominate. It's due December 3rd, and this is your chance, whether you're scoring 4 touchdowns a game or getting a 4.0 GPA. We want to see you on our lists. So please apply. You will be happy you did, and your resumes will be happy too. So that's all we have for Social Spotlight.
Eliab, just before you get out of here, I'll echo that too. I mean, coaches, players, parents, seriously, it does not matter. Somebody at the end of the bench that never has touched the field, or your superstar player. If they're taking care of business in the classroom, get them there. That is something that colleges can look at. If you're somebody as a student and you're nominated, maybe it's the one thing you have that separates you from another applying student at a college and you get to go to your dream school. So I'm not definitely apply. Doesn't hurt. Have at it. It's only going to help.
That's all for Bleacher Talk this week. When we see you next week, it's going to be for state championships. So stick with us. We'll be back next week for all the goods all around that. Thanks for joining us.
Please hold while we connect you.
Hey, what's going on?
I can't get anyone on the phone at my bank, and they don't have any branches nearby.
I think your bank has you between a rock and a hard place.
Oh, Granite! Does your bank do this to you?
No. Desert Financial's top-rated mobile app makes you feel like a rock star. They have over 50 locations and treat you like a VIP when you go.
That sounds a lot better than this tight squeeze.
Join today at desertfinancial.com/yourway.
Nothing brings people and families together faster than sharing food. Great friends, memories, and good times. For over 2 generations, Valle Luna has served you the food that brought you together, and we've been proud to do so. We're fortunate to have been a part of so many stories, gatherings, and traditions that continue on today and will tomorrow. Start a tradition of your own. Come taste authentic Sonoran-style food with your family and friends here with us at Valle Luna.
Discover more Play for All at Harrah's Auction Casino.
Hi, folks. Here are your drinks.
Where having fun means racking up reward credits with the Caesars Rewards loyalty program that can be redeemed for food, free play, hotel stays, and more. Not only here in the city of Maricopa, but also at more than 50 Caesars properties coast to coast. From Harrah's Las Vegas to Caesars Palace in Atlantic City. What are you waiting for? Play for All at Harrah's Auction Casino, the official sponsor of Play.
This is a Santan Ford announcement. Santan Ford has over 1,600 new cars and trucks in stock. All models are priced for immediate sale to make room for more arrivals. Don't wait. Head to Tim Hovig's Santan Ford in Gilbert.
We are Santan Ford.
Let's talk about Venezia's Pizzeria. New York style pizza. Oh man, this looks so good. Pizza doughs made fresh daily, wings, subs, sandwiches, pasta. They cater, they deliver. They have 5 Valley locations. Venezia's New York style pizzeria.